Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Recovery at Home. I'm Chris Blauvelt. I'm the Director of Admissions at the Augustine Recovery Center here in St. Augustine, Florida. I have with us Amanda and Blake from Next Level Recovery Associates.
Hi.
Thanks for joining me. You guys are based out of South Florida, and tell us a little bit about Next Level.
I'm going to let Amanda do it.
Okay, I was going to let you. Hi, I'm Amanda Marino. I'm one of the co-founders of Next Level Recovery Associates. Blake and I started this organization beginning of this year and became official March 2020. And Blake and I have worked together in numerous areas since 2013 and have remained close friends. We have a podcast together, and we just love filling the gap and helping families, with intervention services, coaching, case management, sober transports, sober companions, and corporate education.
Yeah, as we always say, we like to fill the gaps that the treatment center, the treatment world leaves. There's a lot of gaps there that we're noticing that families and their loved ones need support during these times. The before and after treatment is a crucial time period that we like to be a part of. We like to offer our assistance, our support, our help, accountability, goal setting, strengths building, everything that we can do to help build up our clients and build their self-esteem and help find their identity. That's what we're trying to do. And their families, of course.
We've had the opportunity to work with you guys at the Augustine Recovery Center. You're very thorough, and I love the attention that you're putting on families before and after treatment. What's been your experience prior to the conception of Next Level? What's been your experience in the field, and how have you developed your strong emphasis on working with the family in your previous experiences?
Well, I can start with that. So I've worked in the field for a decade in numerous roles, and I started to transition and learn these kind of roles about 3 years ago. And I contracted and learned under a number of people. And I wanted to kind of fill in some things. I take some and leave the rest. I learned so many great things, but I also saw so many areas that needed more attention. And Blake and I, that's our passion is taking the concierge approach, really going the extra mile, being available to our resources, great communication. That's something we take pride in.
Yeah, for me, I started about 6.5 years ago in the field, or maybe closer to 7 years ago now in the field. And I actually started in your position, Chris, as the director of admissions of a small concierge type of treatment center. And I recognized then my love for the family while I was getting I'm a certified addictions professional. And while getting that certification, I recognized how much family involvement was necessary, but wasn't necessarily happening was at treatment centers. And there was, the family session once a week, but there wasn't that much of a focus on it generally across the board. There are places that do, but there wasn't across the board this big focus on family involvement and how the family has to change in their communication styles, their boundaries. There wasn't that big of an emphasis on it. And families often felt, to me, like they were more lost than the loved one. The loved one was used to the chaos of living with a substance use disorder. They sort of became accustomed to it, but the families weren't living it day in and day out in the same way. Really on that roller coaster, riding up and down. And once their loved one entered treatment, I noticed that they weren't stepping off the roller coaster.
Yeah.
So God forbid their loved one calls and just says, I'm having a bad day. Just those few words can send the family spiraling.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So they needed education, they needed coaching, they needed to gain a basic understanding of substance use disorders and what treatment and what the recovery process is going to look like. And that's where I feel like it was missing.
Yeah, and for Blake and I, it's important that we have a well-rounded team. We have a psychiatric nurse on our team. We have another nurse on our team. We have a Spanish-speaking coach companion on our team that really gets in with the Latin community. We have just diverse skill sets and talents because, it's not just about Blake and I, it's about the team that we have that is able to serve the clients that we work with.
What I always tell family members early on that I'm working with is to stress the importance of after treatment is if the object of this whole thing that we're doing is to build a recovery rocket and launch it into space, treatment is kind of like research and development, mission control, and then post-treatment, sober living or aftercare or continued involvement in the 12-step community, that's like the launch pad. And if you don't ever bring your rocket to the launch pad, then what's the point? What are some suggestions or some tools or some resources that you're giving the client and the family post-treatment?
That's a great question. So I wish I could give you one answer, but there isn't one answer, because every family system and every family that we deal with is different. So sometimes they need education, and that's where we always start, is with a general education about substance use disorders and what the process is going to look like, and with a broad timeline of what to expect when your loved one comes home. How are they going to act? What's the progress going to look like? We do a lot of educating on just patience, boundaries, patience, how to communicate. The great example I always give is, a lot of times a loved one will come home from treatment, and let's say they get back to work, they come home and they fall asleep on the couch. Well, we've seen family members spiral just because they see their loved ones sleeping on the couch like they used to when they were using opioids, for example. They spiral, they all of a sudden they start making accusations, and a huge fight ensues, and the person, their loved one who's newly in recovery, feels put into this box. Like, my family's never going to believe I'm going to be able to get over this, and they're going to keep putting me in this box. I might as well go back to using. So we want to teach families how to approach their loved ones with their own concerns and fears, and create an open dialogue within the family system so that they can all heal together and start rebuilding that trust.
Yeah, and we provide each family with a lengthy list of different support groups, different books, videos, wellness. We provide them with a lot of things. So we generally provide each family, or even people that just call, with the list that we have. And then we create a customized plan for each individual and their family.
That's great. That's great. Let's close with this. What are you guys suggesting family members do who are either in the supporting cast in a recovery process, a program of their own, or the actual person in long-term recovery? What are some great suggestions for the holiday season to keep everybody, intact and together and healthy?
I would say number one, self-care. That's even for us professionals. So professionals, family members, and the identified loved one, all of them, to take care of yourself, take a few minutes to breathe each day, take a walk, just take care of yourself during this time. Keep recovery first.
Couldn't agree with you more.
Yeah, I guess my answer to that would be, just don't forget what the holiday season is all about. And it is about families coming together to express love. And oftentimes, especially this year, it's kind of weird. Families can't really get together like they want to. But use this time as a time of reflection and appreciation for what you have and for the growth that you guys are all making as a family. And just don't forget that no matter what, as a family, you are a unit. You guys are in this together. Your recoveries may look different based on what you guys are all dealing with, but you guys are all in recovery together now. And don't forget that you guys are having that fight at the same time.
Focus on the gratitude. There's so much to be grateful for.
That's it. My wife and I are in recovery. We have an almost 3-year-old and an almost 8-month-old. And we really, we're like, man, this week is going to be crazy. But then at the end of the conversation, we're like, okay, we've got lots of things to be grateful for, family, and everybody's healthy. So I have to be rooted in the moment and in gratitude. And I got to be on the phone with other people in recovery, because I'm making a lot of amends this time of year. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah. The other thing I would say too is that just remember that the holiday season does not look like a Hallmark movie. It just lower your expectations. It's not going to be a Hallmark movie every time. There's going to be that drunk uncle. There's going to be the chaos that goes on. Mm-hmm. Just embrace it, enjoy it for what it is, and just love your family no matter what.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's awesome. Well, at the Augustine Recovery Center, it's been a pleasure to get to know you guys and to work with you. I hope you have a fantastic holiday, a happy new year, and I'm sure I'll catch up with you guys real soon.
Thank you, Chris, so much. You can check us out at nextlevelrecoveryassociates.com, and then you can follow Blake and I both on Instagram. I'm Amanda Marino Recovery, and Blake is
Blake Evans C. And then we also have Next Level Recovery Associates on Instagram, and our Overcoming Adversity podcast on Instagram as well.
And
Okay.
thank you, Augustine Recovery and Chris, for the work that you guys do. We love you.
Absolutely. We love you guys. I'll make sure to include links and handles and everything at the end of the video. Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much. Bye.